Got to get it, got to get it, got to get it.
Food blogger is a very broad term. Let me first take you through what blogging is. Blogging is basically writing or speaking on something where you have attained expertise. Now, in my case, I am a food blogger, come travel blogger, and a lifestyle fashion blogger.
Got to get it.
So, it is a story within itself. Jerk, you understand, jerk means, crazy guy. So a lot of people used to call me jerk when I was, in my teens or when I was a kid. So I used to tell them or used to reply them in a crankier way that, the jerk knows everything. So from there, it was there in my mind, and I thought that someday, if given an opportunity, I'll keep my website's name, because at that time it used to be only website, which was a medium to communicate to the audiences. So that's how it came. Jerk knows. So here's the jerk, and he knows everything about food. So it's primarily a food blogging, a food blog rather, on Instagram, which has huge following. People like my blogs, they love my blogs, and I promise them that the jerk knows everything. To keep following my channel on Instagram @ JERKKNOWS. Remember, it has two K's, JERK and then KNOWS, all running. JERKKNOWS, jerk knows.
Got to get it, got to get it, got to get it.
There are two kind of bloggers. Let me tell you about the ones who are different from me. They're the ones who promote the restaurant or food primarily, irrespective whether the food is good or bad. And largely the industry is, running towards that flow because it has money. And they're not wrong. I would never say anybody is wrong. They're doing absolutely great job by promoting restaurants. Restaurants need promotion, and to afford television ads or newspaper ads, it has become really expensive affair. So digital marketing or through bloggers, it is really fine with the restaurants. Some bloggers charge, or some do a barter system, that they'll do a blog, and the food would be not chargeable for them. So mainly it is called a sponsored blog. Now I am from a different category, which is called a food critic category. Now my experience in food is more than 2 decades. I have been cooking from years now. I had a restaurant, so I've ran a restaurant very, very successfully, though it was in a smaller format, QSR format. But the experience has been phenomenal, and it was in demand restaurant. So we know how to cater to clients, how to attend customers, and what goes in cooking, and we know everything about food. And as far as food critic is concerned, I have been doing my kind of blogging, which is on the critic side, from almost a decade now, and there's a reason behind it. I am a very, very strong believer in value for money concept. You go out, to have a good time with your family, friends, or people like me go alone also to have food. And there are a couple of things that are involved. Why do you go out is to change your palates. Then you want to have good food, which is just ready to eat, and the family and friends just have this phenomenal time out and enjoy eating. Eating is eating food is, I think, the biggest stress buster across the board, across the globe. You must have heard that people, if they are in stress, they eat a lot, and because it releases some chemicals in your brains, and you feel a little lighter. So it brings, and if the food is good, it brings a genuine smile on your face, and you start feeling happy. Now, what will happen if the food is not good? You have gone outside, you've taken the time out, you've taken your family, you've reached the restaurant, you must have used some transport, your own car or cab or whatever, public transport, and you have spent money, time, and there are expectations to have really nice time. And if you're welcomed by a dull face, which is like a manager or the supervisor or the server is like he is tensed, or he is confused, or he is not smiling, that's maybe whatever reason, we don't know, but that is a very unwelcoming move. That is first thing that we spot when we do blogging. So that's our sincere recommendation to various people involved in hospitality and food and beverages businesses to train their staff. There could be any reason, any personal reason that might be have brought their mood a little bit down, but they have to keep the body language in their face, and they have to wear a smile. That's the part of their job, because somebody has come to you to spend money and to have nice time, nice food. How can you be so unwelcoming? So we are very, very particular when we rate a restaurant. Generally, we rate a restaurant out of 5, So at least 2 marks or 2 points out of 5 is on hospitality and, the kind of behavior the staff has, how much knowledge the staff has about, what they are serving. So that's a very, very important aspect. Now, second most important aspect is, of course, the taste and food quality, which is why we can ignore, all the other points, even if the hospitality is not that great, or, the server or the one who is serving you food, whether it is, self-service counter, or a takeaway counter, or somebody servicing you is not smiling, but the food is really, really amazing, we tend to forget it, so the food quality and food taste is, of course, that's something that we have given the maximum weightage to. So it is really, really important for a restaurant to serve, quality food. It should be value for money. Use good ingredients, fresh ingredients. Don't reheat or recook, or don't use previous day food, because experts like us would come to know about this come what may on the first bite. So we are that kind of bloggers, we kind of spy bloggers, we kind of food critics. We come to know, our life has been revolving around food, so we know this thing that the food is not fresh, or we can make out if the ingredients are really fresh and the quality food is there or not. Food quality, food taste, what should I say about this? It's this very, very common thing that if you are into this business, you have to make sure that people who are coming out and spending money, they should at least get the value from their money. Whether you are a street food vendor or you are a good restaurant, high-end restaurant owner, or you are a 5-star hotel, have to make sure that the food which is delivered for dine-in or maybe takeaway, whatever way, it should taste really good, and that will only happen if you make it with love, if you have passion about food, if you are just working for money, for a job, I think that's not the right industry for you. If you are in kitchen, you're making food, it has to be prepared with love and passion. That's how it is going to add a taste into a particular cuisine or dish, or whatever it may be. So along with the quality, the recipe that is adopted to make that particular food, and the attitude with which the food is made, it all gets reflected in the first bite. Believe me, whether it's somebody listening to me, is a cook at home, or is a chef at some hotel or a restaurant, the most important factor to serve good food is to have a good attitude for cooking. You really need to be passionate and loving what you're making, and half of your job is done. And the food automatically becomes really amazing when it is cooked with a good mood, when it is made to impress somebody, when it is made to make people happy. And rest is your, whatever recipe you are adopting to make it delicious, and the ingredients.
Got to get it, got to get loose, got to get it.
Yes, this is a full-fledged business. We are into the business of restaurant consulting. We are into the business of helping consumers to identify the right food, the value for money food, whether it is takeaway, whether it is going and eating out, the experience have for the customers, it really matters for us. And it's not only food, it is the overall experience of having food, So that's where, we have got so much of followers, because time and again we have communicated this with our followers, and the people who admire us, or the people who look up to us, is that we are not going to promote any kind of food which is not value for money. Absolutely not. And it's not like that we have done a review for one particular place and we have given a rating of 4 or 5, whatever best ratings we can give if the food is really good, and that rating is forever. No, it's like once in a 6 months, or probably twice a year, thrice a year, we go and eat again, just to see the consistency of the quality is maintained or not. So it's not an easy job. We are very, very concerned about our brand name, because anything which is recommended by Jerknose has to be 4 ratings and above out of 5. We want to operate at 4 and 5 rated, R-rated jerk stars. We call it jerk stars. So you need to earn at least 4 jerk stars to be if you want us to recommend your food. It's okay if you are not there. That's where we come in and we help you to reach that 4-star ratings. So this is our core business. We are very soon coming up with a state-of-the-art app which would be having restaurants. We are right now focusing on eat out, dine out kind of concept, where people are going out and having food. Yes, we have in our mind very, very strongly that we have to do something for deliveries as well, but we are not mass aggregators. We are not mass aggregators. Every person which opens up a restaurant or a eating joint thinking that the food business is something that anybody can do it doesn't have a place in our app or in our recommendation list. So there are certain parameters, there are certain checks and balances, there are hygiene factors, there are so many other factors, trainings and skill development, which we are planning, short-term courses for, restaurant staff as well, because we believe that the staff India is having in terms of serving, apart from all those 5-star restaurants which can afford, people who from professional degree, who have taken a degree or diploma, or probably have taken some kind of training in food and hospitality industries. I'm not talking about them. There are loopholes there also, but we'll talk about them later. So we are coming up with small courses, 7-day courses, 3-day courses, online now available, wherein we'll train the staff how to be presentable with the client, because eventually again it is somebody coming to your restaurant just to have a good time, just to enhance their mood. So they must get value for money, and it's a gray area. I mean, we have a lot of potential in this business of training restaurant staff.
Got to get it, got to get loose.
Yeah, Zomato, of course. Zomato, I really like Zomato, Swiggy, and all the food tech apps, Dine Out and Easy Diner. They are doing a decent job, because digital presence is very, very important these days. But we are not comparing ourselves with them, They are catering to masses, which is good, but we are catering to enthusiasts. That's the whole business that we are doing. So people who love food, people who want to have great time going out, people who are obligated to treat their bosses, maybe, or obligated, not I won't say obligated, or probably they have to greet, I think is the right word. They have to greet someone. So they want, when they're greeting someone, they really want the appreciation. So we are identifying those pockets on all segments, whether street food or affordable segment, QSR or fine dine. We are exploring every segment very, very closely, and that's why we are doing blogging, and I am doing it myself, so that I really know and fix up the loopholes. The market is huge. I mean, they can accommodate, I think, 100 more apps. They can accommodate many bloggers, food experts. India has a huge market, and but we think that we have decent space and decent audience that we want to cater to. And believe me, there is nothing like we are not doing something for street food vendors. That has been a very, very closely watched sub-industry in F&B. I mean, there's immense scope if you compare India with developed countries like US. There's huge scope on street food that which is worth having a look. So we are doing a lot of things, application based. Of course, Paytm and UPI and PhonePe, which is my favorite app, has done some phenomenal job. The ease of payment and the problem of change, which we generally saying "Khulle paise," is now vanished. That's something which has already boosted sale. And now people are getting accustomed to QR codes, and which is like not at all a difficult thing for, or not at all expensive for street food vendors to have a QR code based menus. People are now used to scan, and that's hygienic also. So there's something which is already there in the market. It is going to be a marketplace. Of course, it is going to be a marketplace. F&B industry is huge. Takeaway is one category, delivery is another category, dining out is another category. Ordering DIY, do-it-yourself menu is something just really going to grab a big market share soon, is another category. And then you have stores like Big Basket and Modern Bazaar, which are also delivering at doorstep. So it's an amazing market. What you have to do it is to make available absolutely great experience in all these formats. Take out, dine out, ordering, takeaway. So that is where we are focusing on. So I think it's pretty exciting, and we are waiting for the right opportunity to get out in the market and club a little bit social media into it, and club a little bit sports into it, and club a little bit music into it, and it is going to be an app that India would be really proud of. So we are taking time, yes. Yeah, we have given close to 7 years, 8 years of hardcore daily paced research. So we know the market trends, we know where the market is headed. We can view the food industry across all formats, where it is headed in next 5 years, and we would be a great contributor in terms of raising the consumption in restaurant food and beverages, hospitality, hotels, and entertainment. That's the whole combo is something which will keep the consumer really engaged. Yeah.
Got to get loose.
Of course, we are looking out for funding, because you need certain manpower, you need certain infrastructure, you need certain edge when it comes to digitizing and enhancing the consumer experience. It needs investments for sure. You need marketing. So we are looking into every possible aspect, and then of course IPO is something that we would love to go for, because not just a reason for IPO is going to be the funding. It can still happen without people's participation through IPO. Funding is still possible, but I think an app or a business idea with such a long-term view and such a consumer-centric business must be given an opportunity to public to participate in when we unlock the shareholder value.
Got to get loose. Got to get loose.